Hi everyone, 4:48 on this Sunday afternoon, August 3rd, 2025. I'm CBS19 Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony with this live stream here on CBS19 Plus, our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We appreciate everyone tuning in this afternoon to watch. If you want to share this with anyone, go ahead, hit that share button, especially on the Facebook page and also on the YouTube channel. If you'd like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, now is a good time to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let's dive right into what we're tracking. Some light rain making it all the way into Smith County. Joel Robinson yesterday talked about a 20% chance for some showers possibly moving in. This is a little more widespread than, say, 20%, and that is because we had a complex of thunderstorms out in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and they started to move in. There's a little area of low pressure over North Texas, and so these showers are being supported by that area of low pressure. Anytime you have low pressure, that is a regional destination for the winds. That's where the air is rising, and so if the air is rising, there's a chance to get these showers. And so indeed, we have some light rain right now at Lindale down to Redland over toward Tyler Pounds, just moving into the airport. Tyler proper itself staying dry for the moment, but it does look like these showers will track in here. We're talking about a couple hundredths of an inch of rain, maybe enough, just enough to spoil the backyard party or chase you in for a little bit. Does look like it's starting to move into the north end of Lake Palestine. So if you know anybody fishing down there, or if they're watching currently on the phone, on the app, that's a great way to do this. CBS19 mobile app, you can watch these showers move in and watch our coverage. So if you were fishing out on the lake right now, or you'd know right now that rain is moving in. Brownsboro to Murchison, back toward Baxter, just around Pointer and Moore Station. There's a little bit of more light rain, eventually moving over toward Coffee City and Teaselsville. Now, some of this may not be reaching the ground, but I have a feeling in that darker green area there, you're getting at least a few raindrops that are falling just west of Highway 69 over toward Jacksonville. Most of this stays west of the Highway 69 corridor here this evening as these showers should fall apart. I do want to point out this heavier thunderstorm down here. We did have a significant weather alert on that, or a strong thunderstorm advisory, basically another way to look at that. Right now over Elkhart, that's a pretty good thunderstorm with some wind gusts also possible. Slocum currently getting some rain, hearing thunder. Grapeland, you would be next. Let me go ahead and just take a look at this storm itself with terms of windfall or winds inside the storm. I don't expect a lot of wind in there, but there may be just a little bit, maybe some gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Real broad rotation in that storm, so not concerning in terms of tornadic. But again, some gusts would be possible in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range. So just keep that, just keep it apprised of that. Also, maybe a little bit of small hail coming out of that thunderstorm as it tracks south and eastward. In fact, let me run this back here a little bit. I'll run this just into motion. You'll be able to see how it came in. It was a little bit stronger as it passed through Palestine and worked its way southward. It does look like it's going to have enough energy to make it all the way to Grapeland and Augusta and potentially down toward Latexo. I would say at this point it looks like it makes it to Latexo without much trouble. It's kind of moving at a pretty good clip at this time. Let me change out the view here, come back up to the north. We'll put this back into motion. You can see how these showers are weakening and weakening rapidly. So it rained a little bit at Mineola, up at Lake Fork, raining currently again in Lindale, moving mainly north, Holly Ranch Lake, moving north along Interstate 20. It's going to continue to move out toward Gladewater. If it reaches Gladewater at this point, it looks like it's a few sprinkles. Again, maybe some very light rain coming into Tyler. I don't know that it'll make it all the way across most of Smith County. Maybe a couple sprinkles right now at Lake Tyler, but these showers are probably falling apart, certainly before they get to Henderson. Maybe they make it as far east as Overton. I don't know that they reach Kilgore or Longview for that matter. I'll widen things out just a little bit, and you can see behind that things are quieting down. So we'll have a dry evening, and then overnight there are some chances for some intermittent showers to come back. There was a little shower that flared up here just south of Nacogdoches. A couple showers flared up here down at Walker County, just moving out of Trinity County and moving farther to the south. Yeah, this cell does look like it's got enough oomph to it to reach all the way into Houston County. Could even clip past Crockett here in the next hour or so. Otherwise, just looking at the overall view here, you can see how these showers up to the north faded. Those thunderstorms moving very slowly, creating a flash flood warning in North Texas, and now it looks like that's weakening as it moves back to the north. All right, so that's the way CBS19 radar looks right now. Again, if you're going to plan to be outside for any length of time in Smith County this evening, maybe a couple of very light rain showers, but we are not anticipating any type of severe weather. Gusty winds, yes, at Elkhart, down toward Waiches and Grapeland. I think that's a possibility. Also moving to Crockett and Kennard, and eventually over towards Centralia. Alto, you'll probably be able to hear thunder. This is something to note here. Notice how the lightning bolt is outside of the thunderstorm. We always want to talk about this because you can have a lightning strike up to 30 miles outside of a thunderstorm. So that's when we say you talk about hearing thunder, you know that a thunderstorm is approaching. And if you're counting and you're not making it to 30 seconds before you see a lightning flash and you're not making it to 30 seconds before you hear that thunder, it's time to go inside for at least 30 minutes to let that thunderstorm pass because, and this is one of these examples, because even though you're outside of the thunderstorm, if lightning flashes and you're out here, say, playing golf, or you're outside on a body of water or just outside near a tall tree and you have a lightning strike like that, that can put you in danger. And that's just one of those pieces of evidence that we talk about when it comes to lightning safety in the summertime, especially in the month of August. Late July through the month of August appear to be, when we look at the records, probably the 4 to 6 week period where we have more lightning injuries and lightning deaths in the United States than any other part of the year. And that's because a lot of folks are outside recreating during those summer months, swimming in pools and out on the lake. Cloudy skies have moved into Tyler right now. The temperature outside, 90 degrees. We might have hit 91. But more likely, we were at 90. We just dropped back to 88 degrees here as we got closer to 5 o'clock. So dew points, lower 70s, still humid. Feels like 96 out there, but there are no heat advisories or excessive heat warnings or extreme heat warnings in place. There's a little bit of now of an east-southeast wind at 13 miles an hour. Some of those winds are being drawn back into that dying line of showers and thunderstorms. You still have a good 3 hours of daylight left before the sun sets at 8:17. You know, once we get through the month of August, we are going to lose about 40 minutes of daylight in the morning and in the evening. So we're really starting to see the days shorten up in terms of the amount of daylight when we get through the month of August. All right, beautiful picture here from Ken Schmeckel up in Mineola. This is the thunderstorm last night being backlit by the setting sun. Just a fantastic image there. And Ross Hayes sharing this photo of the storm over Tyler, his perspective down toward Lake Palestine. You can see how, again, the setting sun backlighting the cloud, the thunderstorm, and turning it all red. Just an absolutely gorgeous shot here. As the rays of sunlight are being refracted and reflected through probably lots of little water vapor in the imagery or in the atmosphere, the angle of the sun, just all adding up to give us this real incredible picture. All right, let's talk about rain chances over the next 7 days because we still have another chance of rain tomorrow. We have a 40% chance of rain coming our way on Monday, and then things eventually dry out for the rest of the week. So why are we going to see this chance of rain on Monday? Well, let me show you where the showers are coming from. Overnight again, 11 o'clock, maybe there's a shower down toward Lufkin, and that could be the shower that we're currently seeing around just southeast of Palestine, perhaps just kind of moving to the south and east and still out there about 5 hours from now. But Monday morning, we've got a couple scattered showers, Jacksonville over toward Nacogdoches, very light rain, cloudy skies. We're starting to see the humidity coming back into the picture tomorrow. So we're starting to feel that humid kind of heat. And then you'll see this little upper twist. Did you see that? So we have the ridge of heat building in, and along the ridge of heat, we've got what we call these little ridge runners here. This is the ring of fire. And so we're sitting in that Monday afternoon, and we've got a few thunderstorms that are passing through and moving along the leading edge of that heat from northwest to southeast down toward Groveton. Heaviest showers and thunderstorms should be just west of the area, closer to Interstate 45. By 10 p.m. they're gone, and then essentially we dry out. Now, could there be a stray shower Tuesday afternoon in parts of deep East Texas? A couple of computer models say there is, but for right now, I think it's more about the heat coming back in Tuesday with highs climbing back into the mid-90s. There's your ridge. Follow that darkest red area, and anytime you see a little dip here, this is just a little disturbance. So several disturbances coming off the front range of the Rockies. That's real understandable if you have wind flow over the Rockies. Once it gets east of the Rockies, what happens? Think of a stream that comes over, it's flowing nice and smooth, comes over top of some rocks or encounters some rocks, what does that stream do? It twists and turns. So this is going to be a similar scenario to that. So that winds aloft coming over top of the Rockies, just kind of swirling a little bit, riding along the ridge. And so we have a chance before the heat really establishes itself for that little bit of rain Monday and then maybe Tuesday morning. High temperatures Monday, 90 degrees, 94 on Tuesday, 96 Wednesday, upper 90s Thursday, and Friday, 98. We have not added in any weather impact alerts for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The average high is not 90 degrees. I'm not sure why that says that, but the average high now this time of the year is about 96 degrees. So we're running only 1 or 2 degrees above average. We may not get any heat advisories, and if we do, we just went through a whole week of heat advisories last week. So a lot of us are acclimated to this. The heat index last week, even under those heat advisories, barely got to around 105. We just never really got into that criteria. Now we do have high school football getting underway for many football teams across the area and other fall activities. Some bands have already been practicing. Hopefully the practice will be held in the morning before we get into the heat of the day or later in the evening, especially here Thursday and Friday when those highs are in the upper 90s. The heat risk potential this week, and when we look at the heat risk, we're talking about how unusual is this heat? Well, in East Texas, it's not unusual at all. The duration of the heat, really just 3 days where the temperatures are jumping above average. So do we have elevated risk of heat-related impacts? We have minor to moderate impacts expected out of this type of heat. And that goes all the way down toward Houston, back to the southwest towards San Antonio. So not a real big kind of heat threat here. Respect the heat. I don't think it's going to be anything that is going to cause widespread heat illness or anything like that, unless we put ourselves into danger, unless we're not drinking enough water, unless we're working outside in the heat of the day. So when I say limit time outside, try to avoid that 1 to 5 p.m. time frame if you can. That's when it will feel the hottest. That's when it could feel 100 to 105 during the afternoon. And more so, that would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And even more so than that, if you narrow that window down, it's probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Next weekend, the temperatures ease back just a little bit, back closer to average. All right, so tonight as we get into the forecast, intermittent showers overnight. Winds will be light and variable. The chance of rain overnight is 50%, so we'll say passing showers. 72 for the overnight low. And then tomorrow's daytime highs should reach 90 in Tyler and Jacksonville. This is the area here, again, where there could be more cloud cover, a few more showers. That's why you'll see highs around 89 at Athens and Palestine. But you come a little farther to the east, on the edge of those clouds, Longview makes it to 93, Henderson makes it to 93, Nacogdoches makes it to 93. But look at your string of 94s from Jefferson to Marshall to Carthage to San Augustine. And the humidity is returning also, but nowhere close to that record high of 109 degrees, and that is certainly good news. All right, we're going to wrap things up here by taking a look at your Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital 7-day forecast. We'll go with a 40% chance for those scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, especially along and west of the interstate, or I should say Highway 69 corridor. 90 for the high temperature, 94 on Tuesday, 96 Wednesday, 97 Thursday. Temperatures peak this week on Friday up to 98 degrees. And Saturday, we're looking at temperatures right around 96. Again, a few light rain showers moving through East Texas this evening. Otherwise, dry for the rest. I'd say after 8 p.m. we're dry up until the overnight hours when we could see a few intermittent showers. Thanks for watching this weather update on CBS 19 Plus on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. Please, if you have any questions, put those in the comments below. We'll try to answer those. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed to CBS 19 YouTube channel, go ahead and do that right now, and also for our Facebook page. Have a great night, and we'll have an update, look at the 10-day forecast. That's coming up tonight on CBS 19 News at 10.